premise of my idea is, if you ever think about referees, which, I think professional referees are compensated pretty fairly. I think they're compensated $200,000 a year for the work that they do, which for, I guess 17 jobs.
Yeah.
It isn't bad, But
17 weekends a year, and you get to be on the field while NFL football is going on. How cool is that?
Yeah, you have the best seat in the house. For sure. Oh, yeah. But if you think about this.
You also get to bet on games, I'm sure.
Yeah, you get to make a little money on the side.
Can I interject something right here?
Please, dude. Go. Let's do it.
Have you ever had the thought, because I play a lot of fantasy football. Okay?
Right.
And, if you've ever gotten on DraftKings, for instance.
Yeah. Yeah, I've done it.
Let's just say, and I'm not accusing these officials of anything, but I do want to point something out here. I have seen some calls in the NFL this year when someone scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
And it was okay, yeah, it's a touchdown.
Yeah.
And then there was just illegal shift after the play.
Right.
Basically. Or illegal hands to the face. Or just
on somebody that wasn't even on the field.
Right. Yeah. Or just some crazy, what?
Yeah,
how did that impact the play? Where is that relevant at all?
Seems awful late.
Right.
Yeah.
Or extremely late.
Yeah.
And so what I was thinking,
and from an official that is way out of position.
Right.
That call shouldn't come from that guy.
Right.
Yeah.
And the NFL has been very adamant about their players not betting on games. And there was a couple people that have been suspended for either half a season or a full season here recently because they bet on games. And some of those guys were not betting on games as far as, I'm going to take the over, the under, or, this team or that team to cover the spread. Nope. We're talking fantasy DraftKings style.
Right. Yeah.
Right? A player, right?
For sure.
Which I think for players playing that, to me, I don't really, if they're not directly in the games that they're participating in, I don't really have a problem with that. But what I could definitely see, what I think would be a way bigger issue, and what I think that has not happened, there has not been one time where an NFL official has been called out for that. It's happened in the NBA, right?
Yep. Yeah,
and
for sure.
And there was officials that have lost their position, and it's been a big scandal. But not one time have we ever seen an NFL ref or an official be called out for any sort of gambling or DraftKings, anything like that.
Yeah. And may I interject into your interjection?
No, because
it's not because it doesn't happen.
No, and that's kind of what I'm getting at, right?
Yeah.
The fact that we haven't seen any of that with the advent of how popular DraftKings and FanDuel and all these apps are with guys, okay, I'm just going to say, if I put $20 in, right, on a weekend, and I select these specific players, I can win $1 million that weekend.
Yeah, which is insane.
$1 million.
Yeah.
Now, I have not won $1 million. I have won $40, $60, $100, right?
Right.
And usually that puts me in the top category of top 3,000-4,000 players out of 150,000 or whatever. And that's just okay, well, you're a pretty good player at fantasy football, so you kind of know your stuff and whatever. But if you're the person on the field that's impacting the plays, and you can be I don't think Khalil Herbert scored that touchdown. I think I need who's the wide receiver? Cole Kmet, the tight end.
Yeah,
for the Bears to score this touchdown. Let's pull. That was illegal shift. So
you mean because that?
So let's back them up 5 yards. Which,
right.
What does that mean? That means this is probably going to be a pass play now.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Not a run play. And so you can definitely impact things in that regard, a lot more than what people think.
And even
and if you're only interested in one player's activity,
right,
it's so much harder to track from if you're trying to throw a game as a ref to impact the outcome of the game,
right,
for Vegas, right?
Yep.
So be okay, well, this is a 3-point line, we've got, a 46 point over under, then the calls that you make are going to be and if you're purposefully trying to make calls to help or hinder that, right, that's going to be much more obvious.
For sure, yeah.
But with one specific player that just happens to be on your DraftKings lineup,
it's an easier focus and a little easier to disguise.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I don't want that running back to score right there. I need this wide receiver to score, right?
For sure, yeah.
You would never know that, and it would be very hard to, because I've heard it said you can call a flag on every play in the NFL every single week.
Yeah, for sure.
So
you could pick. There's, I don't know, 30 combinations of players or 44 combinations,
right,
however many on any given play, and so you absolutely could. And I think here's the big thing, dude. Regardless of the impact that referee, umpire, whatever, officiating personnel, the amount of impact that they actually could have might not be that much. But when you've got $20 that could be $1 million resting on that game, you're gonna feel like you have a lot of impact.
Yeah.
And so you're gonna do like,
and let's say you don't impact it that much.
Right.
Let's just say you impact it 5%. Right?
Yep.
That's 5% better chances you have of winning that $1 million than any other person.
Yeah, for sure.
In the league. So I'm just saying, like, I just don't buy the fact that there's not been one NFL official who's ever been brought up on anything like that. And it's like, dude, they were definitely on draft.
It's definitely happening.
Guarantee it.
But it's literally like, I bet that when it happens, like, it's like when the federal government bailed out like the car companies.
They like call their kid, hey man, I want you to submit this lineup for me this morning.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they're like, I'll give you 20%. Nah, 10. Yeah. I'm trying to buy this new lake house. But I'm
pretty sure A.J. Brown's going to score a touchdown because we're going to keep calling defensive offsides when he gets in the red zone until he scores.
Yeah, and then
it will be a false start if
they get into run. If they get close enough to run, then we're going to back them up a little bit. For sure, dude.
I mean, just like,
Yeah, but the reason that they wouldn't call it, or the reason that the NFL wouldn't like make notice of it is because
they're super concerned about their
image
their brand, like this whole scripted thing,
Yeah.
Like,
they went just ham with the commercials. Yeah. Like, no, we didn't.
We did not script this. I promise you. There's two brothers in the Super Bowl. We didn't script this.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm saying this as a Chiefs fan, so.
Yeah. Obviously, it wasn't scripted. The Chiefs are just the best.
We're just that good.
Yeah, we're just that good. But like the NFL wouldn't allow that dirt to be on their face from having a referee that was knowingly betting. And so what they would do is they'd just push it under the rug. They'd be like, all right, dude, here's the thing, we're not gonna file charges, or
we're gonna give you $150,000 severance package.
Yep, and you're just out of here.
Take a walk.
Yeah, for sure. Go back to being a lawyer.
You didn't win $1 million on your DraftKings, but you won $150,000.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll see you later.
Yeah, they're like, hey, that 10% advantage ended up coming about a 10.5% advantage.
And that dude's like,
not bad.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, not $1 million, but I'll take it.
I was gonna quit next week anyway.
Yeah, I was almost done actually. Ankles are bad.
Yeah.
But back to the original point, dude, being a referee in the NFL has to feel like being a little child. And this is why I got to thinking, I'm like, dude, so
did this just naturally roll in to one of your topics? I'm pretty sure it did.
You mean this topic
of
the betting? Oh, yeah, for
and the
sure.
refs.
Yeah, no. This has all just been like, because I have this idea,
This is so organic rolling into that.
Oh, for sure, dude. It's the only.
Because I saw it earlier, but I didn't even connect it.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, good.
The only thing I had was this idea that being an NFL referee has to feel like being a little child in this way. And then that's what ended up rolling into all this. But this is why I think so, is that, dude, you constantly have grown-ass adults that are taking a ball and, like, you're 2 foot away and they throw it 10 foot that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like... They don't say it probably, but they're like, go get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because after every play,
the
ref has to go get the ball and spot it.
For sure. Like, I was like playing football growing up. I was coached, like, hand the ball to the ref, get back to the huddle, you know? And all these guys, they turn around, the ref is like within kissing distance.
And they throw it 80 yards to the other end zone.
For sure, dude. They just like throw it so far away. They roll it the opposite direction.
Oh, man. You called false start on me last play. I'm throwing this all the way down the field.
Yeah, I ain't helping you, dude. Screw your back.
Good luck, buddy.
Yeah. Go get it. But I'm like, dude, sometimes whenever I'm like playing and hanging out with the kiddos, like you grab a ball and, you know,
hold on.
Go get it is a good game.
The ref gets back with the ball. He spots the ball. And you've got like 3 seconds on the play clock. Like, we don't even have time to call an audible, man.
He just walks up and he's like,
you gotta quit chucking the ball down the field. Yeah.
He just gives the dude the bird. He's like, think that's funny?
Yeah. Because, you know, you'll have like guys where there's something crazy like that, and then they'll be like, please reset the play clock to.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, if there was no resetting play clocks, I'm sure that would go
He gets back from walking all the way down the field to grab the ball you just chucked in the end zone for him. And he's like,
for sure.
And he looks at the play clock operator, and he's like, he's just shaking his head back and forth.
He's just going.
Yeah. And as soon as it hits double zeros,
yeah,
delay a game on that mother freaker right there.
Delay a game on the douchebag
who just tossed that ball in the end
zone.
Yeah,
for sure, dude. Yeah. Like, it has to feel, it's got to be like, you literally have to let your just like pride set aside so much. The fact that there's just another grown man that's like, this is what you need. Sweet. Like, all right, Justin and I do this to each other all the time. Like, you know, when he's like, yo, dude, will you hand me that? And I'm like, yeah, here you go. And I just spike it on the ground. I don't know why. Like, I've done it to you and Andrew also, but I do it to him a lot because I think he does it to me a lot. But it's like, yo, dude, hey, man, will you hand me that screwdriver? And I'm like,
Ethan.
Yeah, here you go. You spike it at their feet. Or whatever.
Okay, this just came to my head. We have to do this.
All right, what is it?
Do you want to take a segment break first? Because it goes right in hand with what we're talking about, but it's so good.
Yeah, I've got cable's annoying me right now. All right, so segment break, and it's like you want to do a segment break and then just like, and then go into a similar topic.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the same topic we've been talking about, but it's with a different theme that we were talking about. So just like, let's Seggy hit some sweet ass music right now. Coming at you in like 3, 2, 1. See you in a minute.